It was a tough day at the office for the seated players at the Aviation Club Tennis Center. Garbine Muguruza, photo by Chrysaline Kayo, copyright at Sport Vision. Former world number 1 Garbine Muguruza has kicked off her campaign at the Dubai Tennis Championships with a hard-fought 4-6, 6-3, 6-3 win over Diana Yastremska. Muguruza, who reached the semi-finals of the tournament last year, had lost to Yastremska in their 2 previous meetings, losing both of those matches in straight sets. However, the 2-time Grand Slam champion got her revenge during what was a roller coaster match that exceeded the 2-hour mark. The rocky display saw Muguruza hit only 14 winners to 47 unforced errors as she converted 8 out of her 11 breakpoint opportunities. "I love coming here, it is such an entertaining tournament. I have done well in the past, so it is always good to be back," Muguruza said during her on-court interview. She was playing really well the previous 2 times. I think she played better today as well, but I managed to increase my level and win. Seeded 12th in this year's tournament, Muguruza faces a potentially tricky route to the title. In her quarter, she could play Alina Svitolina in the 3rd round followed by top seed Naomi Osaka. Before then, she faces China's Saisai Zheng in the 2nd round. "I have also played here recently," Muguruza said of Zheng. "I mean, come on, every match here is difficult in such an important tournament. So I'm ready to fight." Elsewhere at the tournament, Russia's Daria Kasatkina won only her 2nd match of 2019. The Russian 11th seed battled her way to a 6-3, 3-6, 6-4 win over Polish qualifier Magdalena Frech. Recovering from a 0-3 deficit in the decider by winning 6 out of the next 7 games played in the match. Frech, has always been a tough opponent. "That was a long time out there on court and I am tired. But I am happy to be ending on the winning side." The Gulf News quoted Kasatkina as saying, "She doesn't make things easy for you out there. She does a lot of slicing and the ball tends to bounce a little bit more here. That doesn't make life easy as well. In the end, I will take this win and hope I can get past my crisis," she added. Belarus' Alexandra Sasnovich was another seed to experience difficulty in the 1st round. The 24-year-old staged an epic comeback to defeat Ekaterina Makarova 0-6, 7-4, 6-4. At one stage of the match, Sasnovich trailed the match 0-6, 1-4, and was down a break in the final set. Finally, Kristina Mladenovic will be the first player world number 1 Osaka plays in the tournament. The Frenchwoman downed wildcard Fatma Alnabani 6-1, 6-1. There were mixed emotions for players at the Buenos Aires Lawn Tennis Club on Thursday. Dominic Thiem, image via @SportsVision. Top seed Dominic Thiem has made a winning start to the Argentina Open after triumphing in what was his first competitive match for a month. The Roland Garros finalist has been absent from the tour in recent weeks after retiring from the Australian Open due to illness. During his absence, Thiem underwent a series of tests to establish the root of his problem and has been cleared to return to the tour. Taking on Germany's Maximilian Marterer in his opening match on Thursday, the Austrian powered his way to a 6-4, 6-4 victory, converting 4 out of his 8 breakpoint opportunities. However, there is still room for improvement for Thiem, who only managed to win 48% of the points behind his 2nd serve. The victory is his 10th consecutive at the tournament in Buenos Aires. "I like the conditions here. I was able to develop a good performance to win it," Thiem said afterwards. This week the world number 8 is being mentored by Nicolas Massou, a former top 10 player who is best known for winning a gold medal at the 2004 Olympic Games. It is understood that the partnership is set to last only a week. However, Austrian newspaper Kleine Zeitung have suggested that it could be extended if proven successful. In the quarterfinals, Thiem will take on Pablo Cuevas. Queiroz, who has won all 6 of his ATP titles on the clay, knocked out Portuguese 5th seed João Sousa 6-4, 7-5. He is one of the best players on the clay, said Thiem. We already played at Roland Garros and a Master 1000, so I'm expecting an open match. Thiem is currently tied at 2-2 in his head-to-head with the Uruguayan player. Farewell continues his goodbye to our 3-time champion. David Ferrer has played his last ever match at the Buenos Aires Lawn Tennis Club. The Spaniard, who will officially retire from the tour in May, was edged out in a 3-set roller coaster against Albert Ramos Vinolas. Ferrer failed to convert 2 match points during the second set as he suffered a 3-6, 7-6, 9, 6-3 defeat. I feel at home because of the love they, the crowd, have for me. Loved, Ferrer said following his loss. Without a doubt, it is very special since I will not step on this court again. What I will miss most is your affection. Ferrer is one of only 2 players in history to have won the tournament 3 years in a row. The other was Argentine legend Guillermo Vilas during the 1970s. Following his first round win, there was a special presentation conducted to honor his career. Attendees to the on-court presentation included Gabriela Sabatini, Martin Jate, Federico Del Bonis, Marc Lopez, Diego Schwartzman, Juan Ignacio Chela, Mariano Zabaleta, Juan Monaco and Gaston Gaudio. Ferrer's conqueror Ramos Vinolas will take on 4th seed Diego Schwartzman next. Schwartzman defeated Algis Bodini 6-4, 2-6, 6-2. There was mixed fortunes for American players at the Nassau Coliseum. John Isner at the 2018 ATP Finals, image by Johnny Chacha, copyright at Johnny Chacha. Top seed John Isner has returned back to the winner's circle after defeating Bernard Tomic 7-6, 7, 6-4, in the second round of the New York Open. Isner, who received a bye in the first round of the tournament, dominated on his serve throughout the match, firing 27 aces past Tomic and dropping just 9 points behind his serve. In the opening set, the American fended off a trio of set points during the tiebreaker. In total, there was only 1 break of serve in the entire match, but it occurred at the most significant moment. As Tomic served to stay in the match at 4-5 down in the second frame, Isner applied the pressure before triumphing on his 6th match point. I definitely served very well, Isner said after the match. I was down a set point in the first set and I came up with 3 aces. I'm happy to be in the quarterfinals. Last year I lost my first match here, hopefully I continue to improve. The win awards the 33-year-old his first victory of the season. Isner experienced a disappointing start to the year with early tournament losses to Taylor Fritz in Auckland and Riley Opelka at the Australian Open. However, he has maintained his top 10 position and is currently ranked 9th in the world. I had a long time to stew over again not doing well down under. Isner said, I didn't do well in Australia and it's like I had another off-season. I wasn't feeling too great after that. I was very eager to get out here and play and very happy to win. In the quarterfinals, the American will take on 7th seed Jordan Thompson. Thompson recovered from a set-down to defeat Chris Eubanks 4-6, 6-1, 6-4. What are John Isner's thoughts on his next opponent at Jordanthimo 2? The 23-year-old stunned last year's runner-up Steve Johnson 6-4, 4-6, 7-6, 4, saving 2 match points during the closing stages of the match. I just knew I had to make returns and obviously the hardest game for him to hold is the last one of the match, ATPTour.com quoted Schnur saying. I just hung in there and put some pressure on him. Schnur will next take on Italian veteran Paolo Lorenzi, who defeated Ryan Harrison. The woes continue for the Russian after she pulled out of next month's premier mandatory tournament. It is unclear as to when Maria Sharapova will be returning back to the tour after she withdrew from the upcoming BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells due to a shoulder injury. Organizers of the tournament confirmed Sharapova's absence in a tweet published on Wednesday. 31-year-old, who reached the fourth round of the Australian Open, last played at the St. Petersburg Open. However, at the tournament in her home country she was forced to pull out shortly after winning her opening match. "I tried to do everything possible to be able to be ready to compete this week, but my right shoulder continues to be an issue for me," Sharapova said in a statement on January 30th. "I will meet with my team of doctors over the next few days to evaluate the situation, and I look forward to returning to completion as soon as possible." Sharapova has been blighted by shoulder problems throughout her career. In 2018 she ended her season early to recover from a right shoulder injury. Making her comeback at the Shenzhen Open earlier this year, the Russian reached the quarter-finals before retiring in her match against Ariane Sabalenka. Overall, she has played 8 matches so far this season and have won 6 of those. The shoulder hasn't been much of a secret in the past year. "That's been something I have been struggling with and had to shut down the season after the US Open," Sharapova told reporters at last month's Australian Open. "It's still not where I want it to be, still working through some painful days. That's something that I have had to deal with since I was 21 years old and really at the peak of my career, which kind of came unexpected. I saw my doctor at the beginning of December, and he says it's a day-by-day pain management situation. It's definitely been an issue for the majority of last year and going into this year, as well, but it's something that I'm still working through." Sharapova is a 2-time Indian Wells champion and last won the title back in 2013. She will be replaced in the draw by Mona Bruthel. This year's tournament will get underway on March 4th.